Hey everybody, welcome to today's live stream. I hope everyone is, hope everyone's feeling joyful today. It's a beautiful day here at praisetracks.com, and this is Simeon Ambergy, and I'm so glad to see everybody with us today. Like the thumbnail says, this is an amazing live stream, because I tell you, Monday, okay, so this is what it is. It's like sometimes nothing's going on. It's like nothing's going on. And then all of a sudden, everything comes in. It's like somebody opens the floodgates. And that's what happened on Monday. So many cool things happened Monday. And so it's like I'm not going to be able to stream like the next week. So I'm trying to go ahead and just get as much as I can out there so we can just get caught up in the flow of things. And it's so great to see everybody. Bernie and Trasted, good to see you. And David and Dennis, good to see all of my friends. We've got a lot of ground to cover. And, you know, you can look in the description and see what we're going to cover. And, you know, you might have your favorite thing that you're waiting for. And believe me, we're going to try to get to as much as we can. And if you have any questions, make sure that you leave them in the comments below. And I'm just kind of chilling out with Dusty Rhodes from Soundiron. That's so good to see you. Good to see you. And congratulations again on the Opaline giveaway. And I hope you're enjoying that. Okay, so welcome everybody. Oh, yeah, let's just get right to it. You know how I get. I get real excited. So much stuff's going on. So here we go. So the first thing that we're going to take a look at is Dusty Rhodes from Soundiron. Now, Soundiron really loves to put out a bunch of libraries. I mean, they just really have an incredible collection of instruments, and this is brand new. This is just an older classic Fender Rhodes Mark II, and let's see. Let's go down. We can see a little bit more about how it was recorded by John Valasis, and he's a Greek musician and composer, and that's where they recorded this Rhodes, and it's dusty. It's got a little bit of something in there, and that's what we're going to discover today. And with this, you need to be sure that you're running the full version of Kontakt, because this is not a free Kontakt player instrument. So of course I've got my presets loaded in the quick load. That's really makes things convenient. So I'm just going to drop the Dusty Rhodes bass patch in there. And Soundiron uses a pretty unified interface with a lot of their libraries. You've got 4 sources. You've got 2 different mic positions. You've got a close mic, and then you've got a direct signal for the Rhodes. You've got some ambiances and a sub-synth in there, and you can combine those. And this is just mic 1. And let's just kind of play around with this a little bit. It's just got a real soft, almost just like a dark tone. And I actually have to adjust my velocity range up just a little bit because the SL88 is just so soft. So I've kind of just bumped the MIDI track velocity up just a little bit so I can just dig in a little bit more. Listen to that low end. It just got that bark, that honk. And that's the tines just slamming up against, the hammers just hitting that tine. it's just got that really cool vibe to it. And I'm going to mute the other instruments that I have. Sometimes when I'm muting the microphone with my MIDI controller, it sends like a real sporadic thing out. So I'm going to make sure everything's muted. But you can hear how that just kind of barks. Let's listen to the mic 2 signal. Let's just turn that on, and we'll turn mic 1 off. You've got controls down for each signal, the volume and like a little attack envelope type of thing. Yeah, now this is more of the direct. And if you go to the advanced tab, you have noises for like the key releases and the key downs, just to give you a little bit of extra stuff going on in there. You can blend these two together. Let's get out of here. So you can have a little bit of the direct sound from mic 1 and mic 2. It does sound kind of dirty. It just sounds kind of wild. And then you can crossfade between these. So what we can do, we can assign the crossfade here. So this way we can go between the two. So layer B, and yeah, we can do that. We can just go between the two things here. Yeah, that's the way you do it. And let's just check out the ambiences real quick. I'm going to turn off those microphones, and you click on the ambiences, and this gives you a drop down of all these different ambient textures that are derived from the Rhodes samples. And let's check out a couple more of these Rhodebiances instead of ambiences. Now that's nice. And instantly that makes me want to turn on mic 1 and just layer that. Let's turn this down just a little bit. That's nice. That's really cool. And let's just check out a couple more of the ambiences. I like having so many different layers that you can create different sounds. And so that's kind of like synthy. Now, some of these might not all be Rhodes derived, because I'm hearing some things other than Rhodes. And then when you pull that Rhodes back in. Kind of spacey. That's wild. Okay, and last but not least, regarding the sound sources, you've got just some pure like a sub synth that just can create just some different waveforms that when you combine with different things. So let's just see the just that sine wave there, and of course I love the mic 1. I love that mic. So the subs just add a little more body. It kind of fills in the gaps a little bit with some of these sounds. I don't know why I'm doing this circle of 1, 2, 3. This force, yeah. I was telling my wife, I go in kind of like with a blank slate, and because I just enjoy just kind of experiencing what's going to happen. You know, I'm just as surprised as you guys are, and we can sustain it, or it can just be a staccato. So it can it just So you can actually use it as a form of an attack transient thing. So that's a little overview of that. The sound sources, you've got LFOs, and they love adding their arpeggiator in there. It's a lot of fun. I tell you what we'll do, let's go ahead and just pull up a couple of their design patches, or the custom effects packages, presets. So I'm going to just drag it up in the quick load, and let's take a listen. So we're using the arpeggiator. Okay, wow. So when I hit the sustain pedal, it kind of triggers the arpeggio. It kind of disables that. That's fun. Wow. That's a lot of fun. I love having these extra things that we can pull from the sound design things. So this is Clouds of Gliss. So let's see what happens. Yeah, so the arpeggiator is kind of going up the scale. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Imagine Fluff. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was hearing earlier, NBC. Just some of that. Let me see. Let me see if we can find something that sounds like that. Let's do. Okay, let's see something here. Let's do like the. Okay, let me try this. Hey Leslie, and see what's. Hear what that sounds like. Yeah, so we kind of got a little. Now let me turn off the Leslie, and you've got this whole effect rack here that is just crazy. I'm going to turn the rotator off a little bit, and now you've got a lot of that grunge. Yeah, so that's where you get into that little bunch of grunge, a little bit of that dirt, that dust, that real neat texture of an old Rhodes that has seen quite a bit of stuff. Now, this is interesting. Keys or drums. Now, this uses some of the attack transients to kind of just create something kind of fun. So with mic 1, you got the key down, mic 2 is key up, and you've got just kind of a cool kind of percussive type of thing going on. It's kind of industrial sounding. I thought that was kind of interesting that you can use those the key noises actually to as drums or percussion. So this is ogre approach. Okay, we got some ogres in the house. And the mod wheel kind of crossfades to layer B. Yeah, so that's kind of fun. A lot of interesting things going on here. Let's pull up one more. Let's see. Let's do groovy. And these are all their designed effects presets. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Okay, one more. Filter Freak. And the mod wheel is kind of crossfading between different things. Oh, I like that. Got the sub-synth on, and that's giving that very nice, warm. Yeah. So that's a little bit of Dusty Rhodes from Soundiron. So make sure you check out the link in the description. I think at the time of this video, it's $19. So that's a really, really nice price for a very interesting and beautiful instrument. Yeah. Okay. So now here we go. Let's go to Bardzo. Yeah. So that is kind of like that that nice. Let's see. Yeah, that just that classic Rhodes. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I love that that really rich sound. Okay, so I always like to say. I always like to say a lot of things, but I find myself saying a lot that music should be felt more so sometimes than actually being heard, especially like effects and that type of thing. You know, if I want to go in, like if I'm in a concert or different, or watching a movie or different things, I don't necessarily want to hear what's going on. I want to feel what's going on. Sometimes if I'm in a concert or something and I'm always thinking about the sound system and that type of thing, I'm thinking, well, something's wrong, because I shouldn't have to really be aware of it. It should just be something that you can just experience and feel. And that is the instrument from our next developer. And it's all about feeling. It's all about felt. It's all about, instruments that are mainly felt than actually played in a way, because this is just such a really cool company. I did a video, it's been a few months ago, on their Leco. I think it was their version of a felted upright. This is like, it's hard to explain. It's a one-of-a-kind piano that's not an unicorda, but you could call it a DUE CORDE, because for each string, for each note on the piano, there are 2 strings. And Tomek from Felt Instruments, he has collected what he's called unobtainium gear. These are unique devices and effects and microphones from the 40s, like the preamps, the first German broadcast preamps in the 40s. And some of the mics he's used were previously owned by Niels Fromm. and the father of noir. The piano, the native instruments, noir piano. Niels Fromm is just such a very wonderful keyboardist, instrumentalist, and he was like partially responsible. Him and Arnold Olafur Arnolds. Him and Niels Fromm were really responsible for all the felt pianos that we're hearing today. But Bardzo is very different, and Bardzo in Polish means very, and this is very different. And the links are going to be, of course, in the description below. But let's dive into this because it is very, very different. Here we go. And I'm just going to pull up the sustains. These are all the different instrument presets. We've got some prepared things, and let's just kind of get lost in this. Tomek mentioned that this is a very soft piano. It actually, when you're playing it, it's actually softer than an upright. And so he's playing the notes himself, and the different velocity layers, they're not all consistent, but they're played with feeling. And that's what comes across when you're experiencing this instrument. I'll get it out there. So let's keep going. Play around with some of the effects. Yeah, the low end, that's one of the things. The low end on this thing is just very, very, very big. And I love the interface. It's very intuitive. So let's play with the echo some. And we can adjust the release noises and stuff. Interesting. Well, just plain folks, it's good to see you. And there are so many sales all over the place. It actually is just so overwhelming. And you say, pick one of them. One of what? I mean, we got pianos and strings and all different kinds of things. Yeah, I just really enjoy this Bardzo very much. Okay, and then the tone has two different mic signals. And this first one is the pair of Niels Fromm microphones and then plus some ribbon microphones, and you adjust this with the sun and the tone. I'm going to go ahead and just take the reverb down. And then when you when you move the tone over where it becomes the moon, then we're getting the ribbons that were recorded underneath. Yeah. Because of the DUE CORDE, because it's just such a, you get a really interesting, delicate sound with this. It's just got a unique tone to it. And then we've got the response. We've got that little latency in the front, the pre-sample, the start times. So human has got a little bit of that extra space before the attack, and then tight is more right on the note. Yeah, so that gives you different responses. And the body, you know, adjusts different, everything is sampled. As far as the processing, there are no necessarily, I guess, the effects as far as the tone, because the tone, anything that affects the tone has been sampled through all of this vintage unobtainium type of gear. That's what gives the sound that very unique quality. Okay, so here is the felted version of this. And sorry, NBC, we got to do a little felt. And I'm going to turn the reverb up a little bit with this. So this is a little felted DUE CORDE. Okay, let me bring down let me change the reverb a little bit more. Yeah, let's get into a different key here. It's different. It's very different. I'm hearing so many different things. I'm hearing like harp, and like David, you mentioned, it sounded kind of like a tine, just different characteristics. So now this is being played with soft mallets. Yeah, there's a lot of mechanics and a lot of stuff going on, and we have adjustments for that too. You can just hear those mallets just. So let's turn the noises down just a little bit. There we go. And then we've got like a sub frequency that gives that rounds that bottom out just a little bit more. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's look at the rubber mallets. So we've got soft mallets and the rubber is a little bit hard. It is a very percussive. That's almost guitar-like to me. And shape that tone a little bit. Very cool. Okay, and this is different. Yeah. Just using all different kinds of things to create different attack things on the strings. And this is marxophone rods, so different percussive things going on. And let's see, let's try different reverb and some echo. And let's go to the second set of microphones here. Oh, yeah. It's amazing, yeah. And the way Tomek recorded these is really beautiful. And Butterfingers is plucked using the fingers, and then at higher velocities, you've got the fingernails plucking the strings. So we just kind of plucking the strings there. Let me go to microphone set 2. Yeah, alto. Very nice. And I'm not really messing with any of it just has such a very open sound to it. Let's just kind of, yeah, the body. Now let's open it way out. And you just hear that sound, just the way that you can change the sound of this. Now the second set of microphones, it's the same pair, but they run them through different filter banks, different EQs, so you can get a really cool blend of sound. I just think it's really cool. Okay, and then these are some afterglows, and these are just some very processed sounds from the Bardzo samples. And we've got, and if you've got an MPE compatible controller, these are MPE compatible too. Using that mod wheel. So this is a combination of dulcimer and flute. And we can blend those down. It's just incredible to me, all these different developers with all of the textures that we have access to. And I can imagine layering this with a piano and that type of thing. So, okay, so these are just some vintage tape recordings that they're sine waves processed. And listen as I move that mod wheel. It's really cool. Okay, and Potemkin, just some more synth and oh man. Yeah, that's just some crazy stuff going on. And last but not least, we've got fragments, and these are just like different tape loops that you can use to sequence through things. And you can just reset the tape loops. And then let's just kind of make this, you can increase those. And I'm just kind of getting used to what's going on with these, but it's just like, it's crazy what you can do. All these different things. Okay, we've got all these different, now we can trigger all these different tape loops. And they're cycling through there. So just a lot of creative stuff going on. A lot of creative stuff going on. Very, very creative. Amazing. And I would say again, I always like to say, just make sure you go check out the links in the description. I'm going to go back to just the regular DUE CORDE sustains and go with that second set of microphones and just kind of go out with this. It's just got such a very unique, almost delicate, you know, delicate after we came from those tape loops. And the way he sampled it with just kind of feeling those different velocity layers, it just gives it that human touch. Let's see. So that's Bardzo from Felt Instruments. It's just so cool, just so beautiful. And so, yeah, let me answer, MBC, your question. I think July, I would have this, the SL88 Grand for about 2 years. And I've not had any kind of issues as far as the action and you know, it's been, I daily doing stuff, playing and using it. You know, I have not had any issues with the key bed. So I know that there have been some that have had issues like that, but you know, I'm very grateful that that I've not been one of those. And I've just had such a great experience with using the SL88. It's just been a great keyboard for me. And I think with the value, with, you know, the only thing, the only other keyboards that I think that I would recommend would be like the Roland A88s, because they use a really wonderful piano-like action. And then of course, the Kawai VPC-1. That's another standard keyboard that has escapement. I think the A88 also has this escapement. That means when you're pressing the key, like on the piano, there's a point where you press the key, but then you can press a little bit more, and the hammer, it's just called an escapement. The hammer just kind of releases from the dampers a little bit. And the SL88 Grand doesn't have that, but what it does have, it just has a great feel for me. The dynamic range velocity-wise is great, and it tends to be on the softer side because it can start at a low velocity and get you up really high. Okay, and my good friend Tema, it's good to see you, man. And just, replays are great, and if you can stop by, that's always great to say hi. I'm going to be doing, I guess you had talked about the Arturia V piano, and we're going to be doing that. So that's going to be fun. And I will catch you later. Bless you, my friend. Okay, yeah, so I love the SL88 Grand, and coupled with the mix face that I've got over here, it just is a very powerful combination because I can use the mix face also as a DAW control. It uses the Mackie control protocol, so if your DAW supports Mackie control, you can use it for transport, and then you can use it as MIDI faders. So it's really a powerful combination. So, okay. Boy, thank you guys for joining me. It's such fun. It is fun. Okay, so let's just check in with our friends at Teletone Audio. I told you, man, we've got so much going on, and they have just come out with what they're calling the Vespertone, and it is not just one instrument, but it is 4 instruments in one: the Wurlitzer, vibraphone, Celeste, and Rhodes. And it's really amazing. Yeah, David Tomek absolutely is following his own vision, and I think it's just very wonderful what he's doing with felt instruments, because he's able to bring something unique, that he's just not just duplicating something someone else has done. And with with his resources of the equipment that he has, I love the term unobtainium, because nobody else has it but him. It's really cool. Very unique instruments for sure. And hopefully we're going to be able to see more of those on the channel in the future. But yeah, so Vespertone, and you've got to watch Jeremy's videos on what is behind the thinking, the thought process. It's almost like that I'm attending a college music lecture, because it is so deep, and some of the things that he's talking about with the inspirations for the instruments and putting that together. 1930s vibraphone, and then the Celeste, and then here we've got another 1970s era Rhodes. So, man, you've got to watch the walkthrough on that, and you will learn and be inspired as you experience, some of the things going on at Teletone. The other instruments like postcard piano and, Golden Age, that they're just super. Okay, the cool thing about see, it's a contact player instrument, and that is a big commitment for a developer due to all that's involved in working with native instruments. But it helps because if you don't have the full version of Contact, boom, here you go. You can use all of their instruments. All of their instruments now are Contact player compatible. So what we'll do, when you open this up, you've got the 4 instruments: the Celeste, Rhodes, vibraphone, and Wurlitzer. I'm going to pull in the Celeste, and we can start there. And I am always honored to answer questions, and I just get a lot of joy out of that. So let's just kind of play with the Celeste a little bit and experience Vespertone. Oh yeah. Isn't that a beautiful sound? Hello, neighbor. Welcome. Won't you please won't you be my neighbor? So that is just straight out of the box, very crystalline and pure. And then we have the 3 microphone positions. You've got the close and ribbon. Anytime I see ribbon microphones, I know it's going to be such a special sound. Okay, so I'm feeling, yeah. So cheers, blessings to all of you. Thank you for all the kind support. And if it's your first time visiting, man, please subscribe. And it's just been an amazing blessing to be able to be here with you week after week and just sharing these wonderful experiences with you. Yeah, Simeon Rogers. I love Mr. Rogers. I love watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and just experiencing the kindness that he had. Just beautiful. Hey, my friend Donald is here as well, and it's so good to see you. Yes, and this is just a little sneak peek. I just downloaded the latest Sine instruments from Orchestral Tools, Time Micro and Time Macro. I just was able to pull those down first thing this morning. So if you want to experience those, I'm thinking about maybe getting back on live on Friday. So make sure that you click on notifications and that type of thing. You can also make sure you follow me on Twitter at Praise Tracks, Instagram at Praise Tracks, because I'll usually tweet when I'm doing another live stream. Normally they're always going to be around 3 o'clock, 3:30 at the latest, depending on what's going on. So that's going to be the next thing we're going to be doing is the Orchestral Tools Time Micro and Macro. So that's going to be fun. I can tell you that it sounds fabulous to me. Ooh, wow. Okay, so you're pulling them down. Yeah, I'm just so thankful for Blessed for a big pipeline. Okay, yeah. So Jeff, be watching maybe Friday. I'm thinking if everything works out. So let's get back to today. We're talking about virtual instruments and so the Celeste. It's so nice and warm. And there's so many things going under the hood, and you've got this nostalgia setting that puts some curves and Donald, it didn't take me very long. I think at breakfast time, I think I started the download and had breakfast and came back and it was done. But I'm getting 300 megabits a second down, so it was pretty good. I hit a sweet spot. I feel like. And let's just kind of play with, now you grab this, the body knob and you see something happening. You got body and soul. There's so many different things. Yeah, you can really get this thing going. So many different things you can do. You've got different noise floors, the room noise, and that type of thing. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Hey, David, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's the floodgate. Yeah, VSL Prime is here as well, and it's like I had been talking to Ben some about it, and we might wait until I'm back streaming again. There's just so much going on, but you never know what might happen. I might just pull it out and do something with it Friday as well. But who knows? So just stay tuned. And today, 2D, it's good to see you. Welcome to the channel, and so glad you're here. I love seeing all of you guys. It's like it's just such a wonderful to be a part of the community, to share all of these experiences with you. It's it's taking something and making it something else when you're in this. And then you've got different, settings on mechanics. And I love what they did with the interface. Very clean. Everything's right here. Then you've got the arpeggiator here. Let's just kind of fire that up. And then we can take the vibration. Yeah. It's just really wild. And then we've got the age. And this just started with a very nice, pure Celeste. And then here we are in something, in another place entirely. And I love visual things. Okay, let's go to another. Okay, we don't have to use the snapshots because this is a contact player library. So let's go to the vibraphone. It's kind of like in a cool family here. And this is one of the things that if you listen to Jeremy's walkthrough and the muse behind Vespertone, it's like it started with something else, then they trashed this idea, they started another idea, they started several different things, and each one didn't seem to work out. But then all of a sudden it coalesced into Vespertone. So instead of doing one thing, they did like 4 things. So here's the vibraphone. And here in Louisville, we have a famous, Lionel Hampton is a Louisville native. And I love looking and listening to some of him. Yeah, isn't that cool? And of course, we can take it into another place entirely. So here we go. I'm just going to touch that. It's the body and body. Oh, ooh, I just saw that body, soul, and spirit. Okay, so it's like, okay, I see what you did there. So we'll just do some with the body and then some with the spirit. And you here we go. It's just in a totally different place. You're not in Kansas anymore. I mean, it just taken you to a totally different place. Just so cool. Yeah, it's like you're in the Vespertone zone. It's crazy. It's really crazy, but it's beautiful. Okay, let's just grab the Wurlitzer here, and this is a vintage Wurlitzer. I think it's an A200 that they've got mic'd up. We've got the close mic. Let's just listen to that. Listen to these a little separately. Okay. Now let me turn the mechanics down. I want to hear them, but I don't want to hear them at the same time. I want to know that they're there, but I don't want them just so in my face that that's all I'm experiencing. So that's got the mics really close to the built-in speakers. So that's why you're hearing that extra hard attack. Now let's listen to the cabinet. And when you pull the fader all the way down, it will purge the samples from memory. So right here, we've got just the cabinet turned on here. Yeah, now there is more of a pure, you're not hearing the action. Now let's just play with the body, soul, and spirit a little bit. Yeah, that gets a little groovy. Now let's just check out the plate a little bit. And I want to just reset these back so we can hear it clean, and then we'll just so that's like a little, and now let's mix it up. Yeah. I love being able to blend these tone colors together. Let's put a little soul in there. And I'm gonna bump this velocity up a little bit more because I want to get down into these samples here. Yeah, and now let's throw some, okay, let's just go all the way with that and just hear what that sounds like. Let's go with body and spirit. So it's changing the attacks and different things. And then we can crank the age up. Really cool. Really almost like psychedelic type, but really interesting. And then you can always, change these and save those as your own presets and things. So let's go to the Rhodes. We've got another Rhodes here. There's nothing like a Rhodes. Oh, that's nice. Well, I guess I reach for the body first because let's just reach for the soul. Let's put some soul into it. I like that. gotta do, actually, yeah. I like hearing that. Yeah. Listen to that bark. Yeah. Wow. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, Andre. So I use a program called Meticulous Pro, and there is a link down in the description below. It's from Gospel Musicians. It's a fantastic tool that I use to allow me to display the chords and that type of thing. And also, it opens the door for using live Meticulous sessions, learning sessions that you can load into Meticulous and be able to learn things. And I'm working on trying to find ways to develop some of those. And so make sure you check out the link in the description for Meticulous Pro. And there's all kinds of other instruments that they have there as well. And Neiman, it's good to see you. Thank you so much. And Darren, good to see you. And yeah, Butch, we're doing a little bit of Motown. And yeah, David, I finally got that riff down. I think the biggest thing that opened it up, ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, that right there, because I was trying to get that, but then once I got that rhythm going, da-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-ba-da-da, ba-da-ba-da-da, ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, so I love that. That's just so much fun. So much fun. Okay, so that's basically the 4 instruments in Vespertone. And now I keep wanting to do the quick load. You don't have to do the quick load. Let's go to the library browser. And so right here now, it opens up another gateway, and you have 5 folders of different design patches, Transfigured, Vespertone Celeste, and Vespertone Rhodes. So basically, they did some combination patches, and then they did individual sound design patches here. Okay, so it says, try this one cool trick. Let's do that. And let's just keep diving into the world of Vespertone. And you can see the interface changes a little bit. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Andre. I will have to fix that. Yeah, it's got a lot of crazy stuff going in there. Yeah. It's just some wild stuff going on in there. So let's go to Big Sky. And we hear some noise. And we can adjust that. Here we go. Okay, so the mod wheel can adjust that body. Hey, thanks Speed Experimenters for subscribing. Appreciate that. That's really nice. I love the way I just some very thoughtful interface design, because those little things, just that motion and change just kind of pulls me into the instrument a little bit. It gets me a little more involved in there. So let's see. Oh, let's see. What does that say? Gladiolus. And let's see. Wow. I mean, it's just otherworldly types of sounds. And then we can adjust that body control. And the key to any of these virtual instruments is that once you get them, you just have to, you've got to explore them. You've got to go through and and just find the patches and presets, get to know what they do and how they speak to you individually. So this is called two-factor authentication, and yeah, you need to do that like with your internet accounts and things. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it does. You know, it's like real glassy textures, and it's due to the pureness of the Celeste and that kind of thing, and then the noise, all those little things. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go to ultramarine, just in some of these transfigured patches here. Oh yeah. Hey BF, it's good to see you. I've got a little surprise for you later on. I'm hoping I can pull it off later. So I'm so glad you were able to come to today's stream. It's good to see you. Yeah, you hear a little bit of that vibraphone? It's just full of personality, full of so many different things. So let's go into the, just look at a couple of the individual folders. So this is the Vespertone Celeste. And these are a little more processed, Yeah. A lot of stuff going on there. Okay, let's just keep rolling through some of these. Glimmer of Nope. Okay. What are you doing here, Jeremy? Yeah, it's just so cool how he approaches these instruments. Yeah, you just hear all kinds of stuff going on. Okay, that's the Celeste. Let's go with the Rhodes here. Oh, I thought it was Herbie. Okay. Okay. Let's take a listen. That's really thick. That is thick. Yeah. Wow. And Rachel Tyrell. And I love the Easter eggs he puts in the titles. It makes you want to just do some research. That is so spacious. That's interesting. Oh, listen. Okay, just a couple more. Summertime cool. Okay. Okay. No, I want to drop it in the first slot. Sometimes I double click too quick and it throws me into that. Okay. Ooh. So we've got and he's got the vibration kind of going there, really strong. See. Yeah, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. Love it. Loving it, guys. Loving it, guys. What I'm feeling here is listen to that. So I can kind of play a little soft. But when I want to, I can just hit a little bit hard and dig into a little bit. Yeah. So it's those dynamics that they just kind of let you be a little more expressive. So you can just kind of cruise and just hit it and just accent those things. So that's what I'm feeling. Just getting that feedback from the instrument when you lay into it some. Okay, let's just check out a couple of the Wurlitzer, and this is called Mum, M-U-M. Yeah, welcome to the Praise Tracks Cafe. One of the first things after my wife and I got, I think it was even before we got married. I did a concert at a Christian coffee house, and it was an experience. I actually have that on cassette, and and it's so fun to kind of listen to it. It's a little crazy, but so this is the Wurlitzer. And the Wurlitzer just doesn't have that bell-like tone as much as the Rhodes. It has that reed. It uses reeds, so it's a little more muffled. It's yeah, it's all of those shows like from the '80s. Yeah, it's just got those Rose Bob James, especially like with Taxi. Really cool stuff. The thing is nowadays you don't have theme songs like you did, because they're trying to just squeeze out as much time for commercials as possible. I remember, the theme songs sometimes were more memorable than the actual sitcom. So this is Velvetone. Yeah, the iconic, those iconic theme songs. Ooh, that sounds kind of like some. Yeah, we've got some interesting things going on here. This is still the Wurlitzer. This is just really a neat collection of instruments. Oh yeah. I get so caught up with just the sound itself that I forget about all of the other things that you can do with it. Yeah. Yeah, this is really squashed with a lot of vintage goodness. Where it's at. Let's see where it's at. And yeah. Hmm. Just personality. Let's put a little spirit in there. Yeah. Yeah, and that mod wheel just brings the stuff to life. So yeah, that's a little bit of Vespertone from Teletone Audio. Just incredible sounds, creative, and a depth of musicality. You've got to just experience some of the background on some of these instruments, because there's a lot of thought, a lot of things that go into bringing these to you, and it's just such an education for me, like I said. So make sure you check out that link to Teletone Audio's site in the description. little bit of Vespertone. Okay, so let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. So Arturia has released their latest collection, version 9. And version 9 brings some new instruments and some updates to some of their previous instruments. So they've got new instruments in version 9, Korg MS-20 and SQ-80. And what we are going to focus on in this live stream, we're going to focus on the Augmented Strings, Augmented Voices, and we're going to wrap things up with the piano version 3, and which is a model. So Augmented Strings, if you weren't aware of the free, I think they did an intro, a free intro of Augmented Strings, and if you missed out on that, it was just a fabulous thing that it was just a really cool thing that they were able to bring to all of us. A very big departure from what Arturia normally has focused on, and this is taking a lot of different string sounds and then matching it up with their synthesis and modeling and processing to just bring things to a different level. Now you can actually see a lot more presets than what the intro was. Let's see. Jordan, you know what? I think, okay, so as far as storage that I have, and I really have to juggle that sometimes. So you try to say, should this sample library stay or should it go? Am I using it or I'm not using it? Because storage space is a precious commodity. I think in the tower, I've got 4 terabytes of NVMe. I've got a 4 terabyte SSD, a 2 terabyte SSD, and a 520 system drive. So in the tower, I've got like 8 terabytes, and they're just like almost full. And and just starting to fill up that new 4 terabyte. So yeah, and that's what that's BF. That's what I'm hearing too. That the MS-20 really is great. And I'm just looking into some other things, Butch, about how to maximize storage. I actually have some external SSDs as well. So I started my build with 1 terabyte NVMEs. Then I went to 2 terabytes. I took those little 1 terabytes out and I put them in a USB 3, what is it? A holder, a drive, like a dock with the USB. So those are here. And so just, yeah, storage is something, is just a really interesting thing to manage. But yeah, I'm just going to go through a few of these augmented string patches, and we'll kind of get into some of the new things that, okay, let's make sure we've got, okay. Yeah, okay, so that is this. Enclosure, that's it. That's the word for the day. Now we look at this morph. And that's good to know. So you can, so you can take advantage of an update to the full version of Augmented Strings if you had the intro. That's great. Thanks, David. Now the morph takes these two sources and it kind of blends them together. Now let me go to a pad. Let's see. Yeah, there's just so much. Let's go to butterfly effect. darker. Okay, let's do another pad. Ethereal Journey, and then we'll open. Thanks, Victor, for subscribing. I appreciate that. Yeah, Dennis, there probably is a little, yeah, I'm like the CPU is going like a little crazy with some of these patches. That's one of the things that the update helps with, is that the intro of Augmented Strings, it was like the CPU was going crazy. So they've done some optimizations in the update. So if you had the intro version of Augmented Strings, make sure you grab the update. It's not going to open up, it's not going to really give you any more presets or any more editing capacity, but it probably will help you with the CPU. And take into account always that I'm running capture software and OBS, running multiple, all these different video sources. So I'm putting a pretty good load on the computer. And then when you put a CPU, something that's kissing that CPU a little bit harder, sometimes you're going to run into some of that. But yeah, especially with something very complex like this patch in particular. So what I want to do, I'm going to click on this, well, let's click on this little gear icon and it'll slide out. You have just some different, the settings here, the MIDI channel. Oh, wow. So you've got polyphony. So right now it's like 8-voice polyphony. And you can adjust that also if you're running into CPU issues. And you've got some legato. Let's just listen to what that is. So that's like a mono mode. Okay, voice stealing. Yeah, that's kind of cool. You can have different choices over voice stealing mode. And it's also MPE enabled. So if you've got a controller that can take advantage of that, that is great. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that polyphony back to 8. And let's collapse that. And let's click on this advanced. And wow, look at that. So here you have layer A is the sampler, and then layer B, you have synth. And so that is what this concept is all about. So you have a combination of the acoustic and sample mixed in with the synthesis, and then the morph just kind of brings them together. So let's go back and take a look at that. And you see you've got two different slots for the sampler here. You got chocolate, and there's so much. It almost looks similar to pigments. And you can drop down and you have a browser of all of the different sound sources here. So you've got processed solo strings, you've got basses, cellos, ensemble strings. So they really have opened it up a lot. And then you've got the synth part. So let's go through. You know, every time I click on something, it's like opens up a whole nother world. So you got LFO, randomize, and just all this stuff. I love watching Venus Theory's videos. He is so good at diving into the synthesis part of things. And then you've got the effects section. And then here is where the magic of the morph happens here. That you have the different layers that you can actually change how the morph knob is it affects these. So just a wealth of stuff. So you've just got so much going on here. It's amazing. It's just like opening. Yeah, this is why this is kind of nice. And then you open this and it's like you're going into a whole different universe here. But that's what is so powerful about this new engine. So let's just check out the sequencer, floor pulsar. And take a morph. And you can assign all of these controls to a MIDI controller. It's just like a playground when you're messing around with stuff like this. Let's go to Abominable. Oh wow, now this is hitting pretty hard. Yeah, so I'm looking at the CPU meter and it's like going 68%. Yeah, it's wild. Okay, so there's nothing like having something not plugged in. And this is live. Okay, so pardon me. There we go. Yeah, something was getting ready to die. So it's like, oh wow. It is just, yeah, stuff like this. Yeah, I'm getting up into the 70% with something like this, but let's see what it's doing. You've got so many things going on here. You've got the arpeggiator going on. Look, and the effects. You've got, okay, so they're using the Juno 6 chorus. That's one of the things. When you're Arturia, you're leveraging all of the experience with all of these other things, all the other synthesizers and effects, and you can just roll them into these types of products, which is really cool. Okay, let's do some strings here. Let's just do some, and you can't see the presets just kind of, well, let's see if you can see this. Yeah, so when I'm opening that preset window, bam, it's just so many different presets that open up. it's so intense. She's breaking up, Captain. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, in Eura. Yeah, it's just a really... And I'm sure that they're going to continue to work on CPU maximization. And again, you can blend in between all of these different things. So much going on. So much going on here. Let's see. Let's just do a couple of more of these, and then we can go to, let's do some more strings. And I don't know if they've got, I don't know. Okay, yes, they do. They do have a way that you can favorite, forget me not, favorite your presets here. That's nice to have, because when you're dealing with a lot of presets, it's really important to be able to find what you liked. Let's see what this is. Yeah, some staccatos. Yeah, that's pretty in your face. Now let's crank up the reverb. Let's crank the reverb up some more. So it's like they've got a short reverb going on here. So it's a convolution. Let's mess with the decay a little bit. And the size. There we go. It's in a jazz club. Let's move it to somewhere a little bit bigger. Let's go to a large church. And take the decay down just a little bit. Okay, yeah, over here, it's kind of nice and calm. And as we move the morph over, it gets a little more aggressive. I love that big sound. That's fun. And then you get the sounds, you know, you get the sounds just kind of just going and percolating and going through all of that fun stuff. Okay, so that's just a little bit of augmented strings. And let's just pull up augmented voices. And the only difference in these two is that the content is, you know, based on vocal samples instead of strings and orchestral. So this is augmented voices. So you've got female vowels, A, E, I, O, and U, and synth. Let's put on some, let's just morph this a little bit. A little more reverb. Let's go on over to the synth side of things. And then you bring that morph back over to just the straight vocal. Same patch. Now let's take it back over to the other side again. Yeah, that's really cool. And that's just the first preset that comes up. And then we even have strings. We have a string preset in there. Let's see what sound sources. So you've got a male and staccato and some synth organ. That's pretty fun. Let's turn the morph over a little bit. That's fun. Yeah, CPU is just something just to consider when you're doing this. Let's just check out a couple more. Hembrigo. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So you got ums and ahs, and then Arctic voices on the synth side. Yeah, listen, you never know where we're gonna wind up. Yeah. And let's take the morph over to the synth. I think they're really going into some amazing territory with this. Amazing. Vocal piano. Let's just try that. Let's take it all the way over here. Listen to that. So you've got like a wave sequence type of thing going on here. And that's what can hit that CPU is the wave sequencing and convolutions and things. Look at all this stuff going on. It's just incredible stuff. Okay, one more, and then we'll move on to our sweet keys. Yeah, why not? Just that airy quality. There's just like this air and it sounds like a piano, but not a piano at the same time. Oh yeah. So like brass, almost like just like messing around with the attacks there. Just some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Augmented voices, augmented strings. They're going. Arturia is going into I guess, a new frontier with this series. Very amazing. Okay, so last but not least, we're going to take a look at their piano version 3. I guess it's their modeled piano. Let's just see if we can. There are not too many different modeled pianos. We've got a lot of sampled, but not a lot of ones that are actually physically modeled, and that's what they're doing here with the piano V3. So let's just dive right in to this. Before we do, let's get fueled up. And thanks again, everyone, for joining me today. Just a lot of fun. Okay, so here we go. And this is, we're not going to, I don't want to start there. I want to just go to the American Grand. I was playing with something before, but this is the American Grand, and I'm thinking that they modeled this after the Steinway. And let me just see, make sure my levels and everything is doing what it needs to do. Yeah. Yeah, this is the Steinway model. And Arturia's modeled pianos, they have a certain quality about them. It's almost like, let's see, just like a little metallic overtone to them. And then we can go into the advanced tab and be able to shape some of that with the, we can close the lid, open the lid, and adjust the resonance and that kind of thing. You've got some really nice controls. One of the things that I really liked was when I first opened this up, it gave you the option of calibrating your keyboard to that. And so you see this velocity curve. That's a result of kind of finessing that curve. So that's the American Grand, and we've got the German Grand. It's got a little woodier texture. And I don't know if this is a Bösendorfer. Or it could be the Hamburg Steinway that they modeled this after. So it's got some really interesting things. And Japanese Grand, and I'm thinking that this is like a Yamaha. It's got a little more bite to it. I like that bottom end. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then a Pop Grand. Yeah. Yeah, now this is probably is a C7. I bet you the Japanese Grand was more like the CFX, according to the picture. And the Pop Grand looks like a C7. And it's got a little rattle to it. honestly, this almost sounds like a CP70, more like an electric grand. Yeah, that low end is very reminiscent of what I remember playing a real CP70. Yeah, it's just got just such a honk to it. You know, Austin, I'm not sure. There's so much in this collection that I'm just taking little baby steps. But I've heard some really great things about the Prophet, the updated version. So okay, now this is the classical upright. So typically probably like a U3, like the Yamaha type of thing. Yeah. Yeah, this is nice. Let me see what the reverb is. Yeah, we've got a jazz club. Let's kind of make it like a bright space. And we can adjust that. I'm really liking that. This is so nice. I like the tone of this. Yeah, very nice. Okay, Austin. Yeah, let me see. Let me see here. One of the things that I've been doing, you know, this is such a powerful learning tool, and one thing that I've discovered is the app Chord AI. Chord AI. I did a video on this a few months ago, and I love Antonio Carlos Jobim. And this app has a microphone, and I'm actually able to kind of record something that I hear. Oh, this is funny. Okay, so we have Von Mar. It's a department store, and in the lobby they have someone who playing the piano. They have someone playing the piano in the lobby, and it's beautiful. And the guy was playing something, and I heard these chords, and I go, oh, that sounds so good. So I said, let's just see if this works. I pulled up Chord AI, and I turned the microphone on. It starts recording the piano and recognizing the chords. So I was able to kind of go back and do that. Okay, yeah. So yeah, let's get back. Let's just touch on this. Yeah, so Bosendorfer is Austrian. It's an Austrian piano. I think the German piano that they're referring to is the Hamburg Steinway. There's a difference between the Hamburg version of the Steinway and the New York Steinways. They've just got different colors. Yeah, that's it. That's right, David. Yeah, it's a Hamburg. Yeah. But yeah, so let me just show you this real quick. I was recording, there's a song that I love listening to. It's Triste by Jobim. And I'll let you see, yeah, so I'm able to kind of just kind of hear this. And then you've got the chords. If you can check that video out, but I'm able to kind of play this, learn how to play these things. Yeah. See, yeah, the tree state. See. Yeah, and just going back through and listening to that. So there's just so many things out there to learn. It's a lot of fun. But stay away from MIDI packs. Just learn the chords. Yeah. Just find a song that you like to listen to and just start breaking it down, you know? I really like this. I like the classical upright. Let's pull up the jazz upright. Yeah, again, a real intimate. Okay, let me see something here. Okay, so you know what? You know what happens? It actually is keeping the different things that like the effects and things on these pages. It kind of is retaining those. I like the uprights. I mean, I feel like I'm liking the uprights more than the grands as far as the sound and the modeling. And let me see. And then the pop upright, it's a little brighter. Ah. Little brighter upright. You've got all of these different tone colors. Okay, yeah, we've got little tacky stuff going on here. And yeah, David, I thought about Bechstein as well. Yeah. So you've got all kinds of different things, and then you've got the glass grand. And this is like, for me, sound design territory. That's really cool. And then metallic, like a metallic grand. Little brittle sounding. Yeah. So let's go back to the upright, and I've got a preset in here that I made, and let me just see. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Yeah. And I've got to get, I don't know how to get started with this. I'm going to just get started with this here. Okay, there it is here. I just had to get a little, and BF, this is let me play with this a little bit more, the timbre. Yeah, and then we can go into the effects and put it back in that jazz club. Yeah, yep. It's kind of fun. Now let's just let's pull up just the regular. Let's just pull up some of the defaults here and pull up that jazz upright again and mess with the timbre and some of the. Let's just kind of mess with the model a little bit. The strings. Let's kind of see. We've got all of these things in here just to kind of the stretch tuning. Let's age it. Yeah. Let's dial the age. Just something really kind of fun. Yeah, and you can get into some of this. So it's just been such a fun time being with everybody today. It's been crazy. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. So make sure that you check out all the links in the description. Yeah, make sure you check out all the links in the description here. Okay, so it's like Christmas in... Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. So until next time, this is Simeon Ambergy at PraiseTracks.com with a joyful sound, and I'm so grateful for everybody. Thank you for all the love and the support. It's just been another great time spent with you, and man, yeah, Richard, it's good to see you, and just make sure you check the replay, make sure you check out all the links in the description. It's a beautiful day, and just enjoy it. Just make the most of your time, and just be blessed. Be blessed today. And I look forward to seeing you soon.